In this video, I'm just going to be going over one example of how to do these impulse calculations. I'm going to go through exercise 2 here, 2A actually, which this one requires you to use your knowledge of the fact that impulse is equal to the change in the momentum, and you need to use your knowledge that the impulse is also equal to the force times the time. So the question asks you, if you have a 0.5 kilogram baseball and it experiences a 10 Newton force for a duration of 0.1 seconds, what is the change in the velocity of the baseball? So they say, so I'm going to use my knowledge first that impulse is equal to force times time, because I have force and I have the time it was exerted, so 10 times 0.1. So it's just a 1 Newton times second impulse. So there's my impulse. If I know that impulse is also equal to the change in momentum, then I know 1 is my momentum, right? And if I know momentum is equal to P equals mv, or momentum equals mass times velocity, if I know the mass of the baseball is 0.5 kilograms, I can rearrange this equation and get P divided by mass, right? Momentum divided by your mass will tell you how much the velocity changed, right? So in this case, 1, which was your change in the momentum over your mass of 0.5, 1 divided by 0.5 should give you your 2 meters per second, and that's how much your velocity changed. It went up 2 meters per second. So for some of these equations or some of these problems, you are going to need to use the knowledge that impulse is the change in the momentum. And then for some of them, you're going to need to use your knowledge on the fact that impulse is equal to the force times the time. Right? And then this is where it's really important that you guys list out the variables, what they give you, right? If it's a kilograms, it's probably mass. So you're going to want to write down, okay, my mass is 0.5. Newtons is always going to be force. Seconds is obviously time. Newtons times seconds, that's an impulse. If they tell you something is kilograms times meters per second, that's your momentum. So like for here, 325,000 kilograms times meters per second, that shows us our momentum, right? Or in this case, the change in the momentum. Right, so please make sure you guys list out the variables and then list out what they want you to find. So in this case, I needed to find a velocity. So I knew I needed a velocity, I had a mass, I had the force, and I had the second. So that's kind of why I went through the problem the way that I did. Please make sure that you guys also show your work here by actually listing out the the equation you used as well. I used J equals force times time, and then from there I kind of move on. Please let me know if you guys have any questions as you guys work through these 2 sheets. Again, just give it your best shot. I'm grading these on credit or on effort, as I always do, so show your work and you should get 100% even if you get all the problems wrong. All right, guys, have a good day.